Hey, this is Bear Aspen cranking out my first video just to get something up here. This video quality will probably suck. I'm doing it on my webcam, but I wanted to at least get something up. Waiting for my flip cam to get here. So anyways, what I want to talk about is my 1911 by Smith and Wesson. This is a bad mofo. Probably my favorite gun I have. It is loaded, it is cocked, and it's ready to rock. And I see everyone on here making a big deal about not having the gun loaded while they're talking, so on and so forth. But which is fine, you know, you do what you gotta do. But I carry a gun with me wherever I go. I always got one in the chamber. I got it ready to go. If anyone comes in that door while I'm doing this, I'm not going to be putting my gun together and fumbling all over the place. It's a gun, you know. It's meant to be loaded. It's meant to be ready. If you follow the 4 laws of gun safety, you're not going to have any problems. You know, always treat a gun as if it's loaded, which it is. You know, never point the barrel at anything you do not want to destroy, which I'm not. There's no one else in this house, and if there is someone here, they're not invited, and that's why I've got it loaded. You know, the third one, always be sure what's behind you. You know, check your backstop. And the fourth one is, oh yeah, what's the fourth one? Oh yeah, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot something. As you can see, finger off the trigger. I guess I forgot that one because it's a no fucking brainer in my book. Keep your as Eric Shelton says, keep your booger hook off the boom trigger. So anyways, back to the gun. Smith and Wesson 1911. I got this not too long ago, early this year. Basically, I'd never tried out a 1911 before. I went to Cabela's, saw it. Just a beautiful gun. You know, in the past I've had polymer guns, Glocks, M&Ps. Love them, but there's something about just a solid steel frame, 1911. It's just a beautiful thing, and I put it in my hand. You know, it's the 100th anniversary of John Moses Browning's design, so I figured, why not? There was one caveat to buying this gun: is I'm not allowed to buy any more guns until after the marriage. So I got put on gun lockdown, but hey, I agreed to it because I really wanted this gun, and I think I'm set now. The only thing I was missing in my arsenal was a full size, and so I really wanted one of those, especially for out hiking around here up in the Pacific Northwest. You never know what you're gonna run into, and I don't want to be, you know, messing with my 40 caliber M&P compact. You know, if there's something coming towards me, and I need that accuracy and I need that power. Notice I didn't say knockdown power. That's another video. But anyways, back to this gun. Hey, look. I'm going to unload it now because I'm talking about it, and I'm going to be pointing it around. This gun, I basically went with the all steel. You know, I watched some reviews. Nothing Fancy had a good review. I believe it was a Smith and Wesson, but it had the aluminum frame. I forget, it might have been some other special type of material, or some special aluminum or something like that. But the reason I didn't go with that is, you know, I'm not worried about the weight. I wanted something that's fully steel. You know, I want the weight to help control the recoil a little bit. And you know, if I'm going for something light, I'll get the polymer gun. It's got the full size It's got the full-size guide rod. I don't know. That's important to some people. You know, some people don't like it. They say that you can't, you know, rack your gun off something if you only need to use one hand. You know, whatever. I think it's personal choice. I'm not going to sit here and split hairs. It's got the Picatinny rail on there. One thing I think I am going to do for the personal defense aspect of it, you know, at night, not necessarily to carry with me, is I would cover up the serial number here. But I think I'm going to put a light on the front of it. And basically, I've heard some good back and forth on what's the best personal defense weapon. You know, I always used to be under the impression that a shotgun is a say-all end-all for home defense, which, you know, I can agree with that. But there are some good points to be had about using a handgun as well if you're in a house scenario. You know, something like a shotgun you're going to want to use if you're in a barricaded position. Basically, a shotgun is your artillery, you know, when you're in the home. But it's hard to maneuver if you're going throughout the house. If you're trying to clear a room, I mean, they're great because of the spread they have, but at the same time, you know, maneuvering around corners, and the fact that especially with a pump like my Remington 870, you're going to need two hands to manipulate that weapon. And so, you know, the benefits of a handgun, especially one with a light on it, you know, let's say you have children, let's say you have to manipulate doorknobs, so on and so forth, you've got another hand available. You definitely would want, you know, something like a Streamlight where you can just manipulate it with one finger over here and put the light on and off. That's something else to get into, is the, you know, philosophy of use with lights. But, you know, if you're gonna be having a light and holding it with one hand and, you know, doing this thing, you might as well have a shotgun, or, you know, put a light on the shotgun. I think the shotgun's a superior weapon, but again, it comes down to if you need that other hand for something else. You don't want to be taking up your hand with a flashlight. Connect it to the weapon and you're good to go. I went with the you know, the gray, I forget the exact name of it. It's you know, it's stainless steel basically, and just love the grips on this thing. I don't know how well it's going to capture that, but just a beautiful finish on these wood grips. You know, adjustable trigger. Does not have the night sights. That's one thing I think I do want to add. Probably the only addition other than a light, which I will not carry when I'm concealing carry. You know, I don't like, you know, the bulkiness of having the light and, you know, reholstering with the light on the weapon. But probably the only thing I'll do to this, I want to keep this gun as pure as possible, is put some night sights on it. It's just one of those things, you know, makes sense to have. You know, I like the sights that came on it. They're great. The one thing I do wish they had, I think there's a newer sight that Smith and Wesson has, that instead of that slope on it, which that's the same in my M&P, but I thought they had this fixed before that, there's more of a step so you can rack it against something if you really need to. But other than that, just beautiful gun. I know this isn't really an in-depth review. Like I said, I'm just trying to get something up there and out there. So I'm not the one guy that goes around posting stuff on other people's sites and doesn't have any videos of their own. I hope to get some more up here as quickly as possible with a little bit better video quality. But this is my not M&P. This is my Smith and Wesson 45 ACP. Beautiful gun, a lot of weight to it. Slick as hell. I mean, this is a race gun. You know, this, I would probably hesitate to have this be my, you know, drop in the dirt type of gun when you're out there. I mean, it's something you could go to war with, but, you know, these take a little more TLC. These aren't the these aren't the 1911s that they used in the service with a little bit looser tolerances and can take a little more beating and grit and grime. But this is a race gun. I plan on using this in some IDPA shooting. It's very accurate. I mean, the first time I ever shot a 1911 was me shooting this gun, and I was just blown away. No pun intended with the accuracy. You know, I was hitting some. You know, I was probably shooting about 15 yards, and you know, hitting silver dollar patterns with it. So that's that. That's this gun. I'm gonna go ahead and load it up again in case the zombies come. You guys have a nice night. This is Bear Aspen.